6 Things You Didn't Know About Madelyn Cline. There are very few people left who haven't watched Netflix hit teen summer hit Outer Banks starring young actress Madelyn Cline, who will again be portraying Sarah Cameron in the upcoming season 2, and who has also landed her first studio role in the mystery film Knives Out 2 with Daniel Craig. The adventures of the elite kooks and the working class Pogues in the Outer Banks of North Carolina have made fans all over the world, and the show's first episode became one of last year's most popular premieres for the streaming platform. One look at OBX is enough to know why. The action-adventure romp shares a lot of its virtues with other hits like Riverdale or The OC, and grown-ups are likely to get hooked after noticing the similarities to the classic 80s film The Goonies. Outer Banks followers have been waiting for a second season for what seems like an eternity, especially after that wild Season 1 finale episode aired in April of 2020. Shooting began in last August and included on April 2nd, 2021, and the long-awaited follow-up will be available this summer. We will find out what happened to John B. and Sarah after the tropical storm, or whether John B. can find the treasure and clean his name for once. Of course, all of that will just be a part of OBX's love story for the ages between its two main characters. Everyone loves John B., and how could you not? However, Sarah Cameron was the one who stole our hearts from the beginning. The story of this rich girl who leaves her comfortable life to roll with the Pogues is one of the most interesting storylines in the whole action-adventure mystery teenage drama. And it wouldn't be nearly as addictive if it weren't for Madelyns' piercing eyes. Her talent has turned her into an icon for the Netflix generation, and as we said, soon she will have the chance to translate her success into a film career. We know you want to learn a bit more about her too. So let's get to it. Keep watching to find out 6 things you probably didn't know about Madelyn Cline. While you're watching this video, make sure you click on the like and subscribe buttons to show your support for the channel. We enjoy bringing you the most exciting news and fun facts on your favorite TV, music, and film stars, so remember to also hit the bell icon. You'll get notified every time there's new Fact Factory content. You won't want to miss it. Number 6. She grew up near the Outer Banks shooting locations. The real Outer Banks is a string of islands that run along the coast of North Carolina and southeastern Virginia. The place looks wonderful, but it's not the one you should visit to reenact the adventures of John B. and his pals. Outer Banks was actually filmed in South Carolina, in a city called Charleston. If you are thinking of paying a visit once you've gotten your fill of OBX, you should do so with a city guide, and we would be hard-pressed to find a better one than the show's own Sarah Cameron. You heard that right, Madelyn Cline was born and raised in Goose Creek, which is barely 20 minutes away from Charleston, South Carolina. If you are wondering why Outer Banks was not actually filmed in the real-life setting of the mystery series, we've got you covered. North Carolina had passed anti-LGBT laws that convinced the series creators not to shoot there. In fact, Cline has never set foot in the actual Outer Banks. Of course, when you spend your summers next to John B., who wants the real deal? Number 5. Madelyn's parents weren't cool about her acting career. As we said, Madelyn spent her student years in North Carolina. However, she was always hell-bent on trying to make it as an actress, so she spent her summers in New York City and appeared in a couple of TV commercials. That's not all she did to become a multi-talented performer. She also took ballet lessons, learned to ride horses, and studied French. Very classy. Despite her efforts, Maddie's parents were not happy when they heard of her plans to become an actress. Madelyn enrolled at Coastal Carolina University, but she quickly decided that it wasn't the right path for her. Only a year after beginning her college career, she decided that she wanted to move to sunny California and start an acting career in Los Angeles. She only called to ask for emotional support. Luckily, she had already worked a few odd jobs and didn't need to rely on her parents' money. With such an independent mindset, we're thinking Madelyn must have been the inspiration behind Sarah and her will to abandon her kook lifestyle. Number 4. Her professional career had a big slump. Now that we know how successful and talented Madelyn is, it's hard to believe that her career was not a success from the get-go. When she moved to LA, Cline had a tough time getting cast even for minor roles. It didn't help that the roommates she lived with were already getting called back while she was being ignored. It must have been tough to experience that initial rejection. There was a point where she was running out of money, and her lack of funds was the only thing holding her back from packing her bags and heading back to South Carolina. Amid the slump, Madelyn Cline decided to keep trying for a while, and her strong will was rewarded with roles in films like Savannah Smiles and Boy Erased. And after her appearance in the HBO show Vice Principals, she got increasingly noticed by TV executives, and she finally achieved the dream she is now busy enjoying. Let that be a lesson to all you dreamers out there. Number 3. She had an eating disorder. Rejection was not the only problem Madelyn Cline has had to face during the beginning years of her career. However, it might have been something to do with another big problem in her life. When she was only 16, Madelyn started working out like crazy. In an interview for Women's Health, she revealed that she would wake up at 5 a.m. to do cardio and did even more exercise throughout the day. That led to cutting calories and even starving herself. It was thanks to her mom that Madelyn realized she had a problem. After making a list of the things she liked about her body, she started getting some self-confidence back, and she became so much happier. Nowadays, she says Outer Banks co-star and partner Chase Stokes is the person who keeps her in check, and he makes sure to compliment her so she is comfortable in her own skin. Chase definitely sounds like the support group we wish we had. Number 2. She is head over heels in love. Speaking of Chase, we really had to reserve a spot for him on the list, didn't we? Back in April 2020, fans were shocked and excited to hear that Madelyn and her OBX co-star were living together at the start of the pandemic. Actors Drew Starkey and Rudy Pankow were there as well, so it might have been a dorm room situation. However, there was one dead giveaway. Their Instagram accounts started filling up with flirty comments between them. The official announcement was ready 2 months later. An Instagram picture of a day on the beach confirmed what fans were already sure of. Sarah and John are an item in real life too. After the reveal, the two have been parading their love all over social media, TV, and even music videos. They both starred in the video for Kygo's remix of Hot Stuff, which depicts them flirting, dancing, and kissing. So basically a regular day for Chase and Madelyn. And that's not all. The Outer Banks couple won the prize for the best kiss at the MTV Music and TV Awards ceremony, which they celebrated by, yep, you guessed it, kissing again. With the amount of love these two have for each other, it is safe to say that the second season of Outer Banks might as well be a documentary. Also, it might not be suitable for all audiences. Fair warning. Number 1. She used to have a crush on a Disney actor. Needless to say, John B. and Sarah's relationship is one of our favorite current TV and real-life romances. Their chemistry is undeniable, which is why you might be surprised to learn that John wasn't Madelyn's first TV crush. In an interview, Cline talked about her passion for Disney Channel TV movies like High School Musical or Jump In. Those two have an actor in common, dreamy triple threat Corbin Bleu. Young Madelyn fell for Zac Efron's best buddy at first sight. She has confessed she loved the ambition and drive of Blue's character in the High School Music trilogy. Now that we think about it, those might be the traits that made her fall for John B. as well. Besides the great looks, most probably. Well, that's our video about Sarah Cameron, aka kook turned pogue Madelyn Cline. If you think we missed anything important, make sure you enlighten us by leaving a comment down below. And remember, if you like our content, you can show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Also, remember to hit the bell icon to get notified every time we update it with some new facts and news on your favorite stars and celebrities. Thanks for watching, and see you soon!